in a tiny car. The Abarth 595 and 695 models take that formula and really ramp up the details. Whichever one you choose, you get a 1.4 litre T-Jet turbo engine driving the front wheels in a lightweight body that spells fun with a huge F.
In the great scheme of all things hot hatch, the 165 horsepower output you get with an Abarth 595 like the one we're trying here isn't a huge hill of beans. You can get hatches with more than double that power output, but as recent developments in sports car manufacture has shown, more power doesn't always equate to more fun. If you really feel the need for it in an Abarth, the next stage up lies with 695 series variants, which boast an uprated 180 horsepower output. Flog this 165 horsepower version off the line, and the 1.4 litre T-Jet turbocharged petrol engine will deliver 62 miles an hour to you in a mere 7.3 seconds, en route to a top speed of 134. Thanks to the recently updated Garrett turbo, there's decent pulling power through the gears too, 230 newton meters of it from just 3,000 RPM, which means that 50 to 75 miles an hour takes only 7.8 seconds. In the 180 horsepower 695 derivative, those figures improve to 6.7 seconds and 140 miles an hour. That should be quick enough to get your jollies. Usable power in a small package. Brilliant. The engine uses an overboost function which modulates the amount of available turbo boost and is activated by a scorpion button on the center console. Carried over from the original Abarth 500 model is torque transfer control, which helps to improve the transfer of torque to the driven wheels. Here we're trying an F595C variant with a 5-speed manual gearbox. Urban dwellers also have the option of specifying an MTA paddle shift 5-speed automatic. Beyond the city limits, as you'd hope, this little Latin micro hot hatch grips through the turns tenaciously, helped by bespoke Coney rear suspension. It stops arrestingly too, thanks to Abarth's special high-performance braking system, which offers 284mm front and 240mm rear ventilated discs. It's hard to go too far wrong with a donor vehicle as pretty as the Fiat 500, but making it look convincingly mad and purposeful is an altogether tougher task. Abarth has managed it though, whether you choose this car in fixed top or, as here, in convertible form. The Abarth visual changes are just enough to change the basic Fiat 500's essential character from something a little bit cutesy and twee to something more decidedly malevolent in its intent. Here we've got the motorsport-themed F595 variant with its emotive vertically stacked record Monza Sovrapposto exhaust system tailpipes. Let's jump in and retract the powered roof on this convertible model. Unlike the fabric tops on early fast Fiat 500 convertibles, this double-layered hood won't leak or flap about. It also features a proper glass rear window and is available in a choice of colours, so is fully personalisable. Get comfortable, look around, and it all feels a world away from the shopping runabout donor car. You press on silver branded pedals, grasp a leather-stitched, silver-faced gear knob, and feel your nether regions clamped into place by grippy black sports seats. Appropriately, you clasp a chunky 3-spoke flat-bottomed wheel with a race-style 12 o'clock marker, and through it view Abarth branded dials of the virtual sort displayed on a 7-inch instrument screen. Another 7-inch screen decorates the centre of the grey dash. This Uconnect display featuring audio streaming and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone mirroring as standard. Time to move on to the rear seat. Now, given that the external dimensions of this car are so short, you won't be expecting to find much room here, and there isn't. Larger adults will find their heads brushing the roof when the top's raised, and will need to make full use of the elbow cutouts indented into the side panels. Let's finish with a look out back. Now, on this convertible version, what draws the eye back here when the roof is down like this are the substantial folds of fabric that create well-publicised issues when it comes to rearward vision. At least, though, they don't very much impinge on boot space, the 182-litre capacity of this cabrio being virtually the same as you get on the alternative fixed-top model. Should you need more carriage capacity, the rear seat backs fold forward to increase the space available to 520 litres. You should find that day-to-day running costs won't break the bank, as its 1.4-litre T-Jet power plant is one of those modern turbocharged engines that actually returns really good fuel economy if you're not constantly making the turbo do manic hamster wheel impressions. The quoted economy figure for a manual Abarth 595 series fixed top model is up to 42.2 mpg on the combined cycle and up to 152 grams per kilometre of CO2. For this manual 595 series convertible, the figures are up to 41.5 mpg and up to 155 grams per kilometre of CO2, with emissions pegged at between 156 and 152 grams per kilometre. Abarth has hit this nail squarely on the head. If you want the most stylish and funky warm hatch on the market, this is unquestionably it. Yes, these 595 and 695 series models are ageing a bit now, but they both still look great and remain quick enough to entertain, yet not so overblown that the available performance brings with it massive bills. Hotter versions of the Mini come close, but this Abarth feels that bit more exclusive and race ready. If you want a rather unique fast hatch that's aged remarkably little and which you can still use around town, then this little Latin pocket rocket might still cast its spell on you. It's just the sort of car Carlo Abarth would have liked.